Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And we now have a very transparent explanation / apology from T-Mobile. And to make a long story short, T-Mobile just wasn't prepared for what happened in the last 24 hours. So what happened, they had a fiber circuit failure, which overloaded the IP servers completely, and the network collapsed, in other words. It completely went down across the board. And as most of you experienced, there was no text messages coming through and none of the voice traffic was working. So they backlogged that traffic. So probably around 10:30, maybe it was already past midnight your time, you probably received all of your text messages from earlier in the day all at once. So that's what happened. It's a big issue, in my opinion. That means T-Mobile really didn't build redundancy into the circuits, which I think Verizon and AT&T are much better prepared for. T-Mobile even admits it here that yesterday we didn't meet our own bar of excellence. So the team worked overnight to figure out the issue. It's been fixed. I'm sure now over the next few days and weeks, T-Mobile is going to put in the redundancy into the network to offset that issue and keep that from happening in the future. But I think AT&T and Verizon were much more prepared to handle that type of issue. So let's just say if Verizon and AT&T had this issue and they did control it a lot better and quicker than T-Mobile, I wanted to ask everybody, I'm still getting messages that the network is not at 100%, that it's still acting weird, which could be the case. So what I would recommend to do is to recycle your phone, put it in airplane mode, turn it off, leave it off for a couple of seconds, turn it back on, just to refresh the network settings on the device and see if that helps. I think while T-Mobile is tweaking this and adding the redundancy, I think there could still be a couple of issues. I've had people send me screenshots of them only being able to connect to HSPA and not LTE. I don't necessarily know if that is related to that issue because that was mainly a voice issue. Data seemed to be working fine during that time. That's why they were telling you to use FaceTime and other third parties to make calls. But again, this shouldn't have happened. Many people were telling me, especially now that the first responder agencies are signing up with T-Mobile. This was a huge issue. Apparently, people weren't able to call 911. So there's going to be a fine. In my opinion, I think there's going to be individual lawsuits. There's going to be big fines from the FCC, perhaps. The United States is large. So if somebody was trying to call 911 and that person suffered a life-ending injury or anything like that, and they weren't able to get through, that's a huge lawsuit. That's a big lawsuit. So this shouldn't have happened. T-Mobile was very transparent, and now they're working on that issue. But again, I just think for them getting into the first responders race now, I think they should have had that redundancy built. The network should have been ready for it. And that's why I think they admit that they didn't meet their own bar of excellence in terms of network. I've personally never seen an outage that long. Never have I seen that. I've seen a couple of hours due to a fiber cut, but usually the technicians are right on that and then it's fixed. That's all I've seen. Of course, I'm sure some of you have other stories as well, and I know this can happen to all carriers, but I just think AT&T and Verizon are better equipped to handle this in a more timely manner and much quicker, especially AT&T, since they have that first responders contract with FirstNet. They can't allow that to happen, and especially not for that long, especially if people are still experiencing issues now since yesterday. So let me know in the comment section down below if you're still experiencing issues on the network, if everything is still going as planned. My buddies here locally were telling me there's still some very minor issues, like when they call, the other person sees no caller ID and stuff like that. Also, I don't know if that's related to that issue, but calls seem to be working okay now. But let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about this. Do you think T-Mobile should have been ready to handle this issue a lot better? I know sometimes you got to fail at some parts to get better. I definitely know T-Mobile is going to learn from this, 100% confident about that. And they are going to fix this. They're going to build that redundancy and they're going to make it better. And I don't think this type of issue will happen again. And if it does happen, T-Mobile is going to be better equipped to handle and fix the issue much faster than this time around. So again, let me know in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload content. If you have been on the channel, you can go ahead and end the video now. But if you are new, make sure you follow my Twitter. I do post the videos on there when they become available. So that way you have access to them as well on Twitter. Make sure you hit the push notifications on Twitter so Twitter alerts you when the videos are put on Twitter. YouTube has been dropping the ball big time on pushing notifications. So I want to make sure you guys have two platforms to get the notifications from. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.